Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Molly, you're in a different location today.
Hey, Tiff. Yeah, I had a really short commute today. I'm here from home today. It was funny because I saw this network reporter yesterday talking about his commute, and he said, yeah, it was 30 seconds.
From bed to work.
From bed to the studio at home, which
Pretty
is kind
easy.
of great. But yeah, it's kind of the trend these days. You know, we've seen Savannah Guthrie at home a bunch, and it seems like everybody now is trying to do that.
It's true. It's true. And I'm glad it creates more of that social distance. It's safer for everyone. So it's great. Hey, today is Takeout Tuesday. Do you already know what you're going to be doing?
I don't, but I love that it is Takeout Tuesday because I think it's so important for all of us to support our favorite restaurants because, you know, we don't know how long it's going to last.
I know, it's true. Later in the show, one of my friends, Frank Fontana, who's from Chicago, he's starting this whole really cool movement that I hope Milwaukee will get on board with, because what it's done in Chicago is raise over like $10,000 to $12,000 in a day for small restaurants. So you got to stay tuned for that later. But I actually think if Milwaukee can get on board with this movement, we can keep a lot of small restaurants alive. So I'm really excited to share this with Milwaukee.
I think so too. It's called Feed the Block, right?
Correct. Yep. We'll share that.
I can't wait. Yeah, and it's got a Milwaukee twist to it, which I think is fantastic.
Right.
So another thing I'm thinking about, I think everybody's concerned every time they go out about wearing masks, about wearing gloves, even to the grocery store. And one of the surveys that I read is that only 50% of Americans are disinfecting their phones.
Oh my
so
gosh,
something like a third of people are admitting to not doing anything to disinfect their phones.
You know what? I'm going to be honest. I have not done it enough, and I know it. And we talk about it on the show, and we say it often. And I'm one of the people that's not doing it that often. And we know it's one of the dirtiest things that we own.
It is, and it's something that you take everywhere. I mean, people take them into public bathrooms. They take it with them to the grocery store. They have it at work. They have it at home. It's sometimes on the floor. It's everywhere.
I've been good about not touching it as much. You know, I'll like leave it in my pocket or wear my ear pods or something like that. But I don't know the best way to do it. I know we talked about it once. Is there a rule of thumb of like how to clean it?
Most of the things that I've read, and people should look, because it seems like whenever you give advice, things are always changing. So you have to be so careful about the tips, I think, that we give people. But they always talk about the amount of alcohol that's in whatever you're using, whether it's wipes or some kind of disinfecting spray. It has to have, they say 70% or more. The alcohol wipes that my brother made for me, because he's a chemist, they're like 100% alcohol.
Just pure bleach, too.
Yeah, exactly. But it's so important. And it made me think about masks, too, because my youngest daughter and I Maddie and I went to the grocery store yesterday.
I got mine.
Oh, let's see. Oh, and I got mine, too.
Is yours a hair holder?
It's funny you asked that. It's actually a yoga headband because it was one of the only things I could put on and make it stay.
Oh, so I went to the grocery store too, and I saw people wearing this almost exact one, which is basically a hairband, but it's a bandana. And I saw this article from the Today Show. They had posted it on their Instagram page or whatnot. And they were talking about wearing your mask. They said, you know, the main point is to protect other people from your germs when you're wearing them.
Right.
But what I thought was interesting is they said when you hold it up, if you can see through it, it's viruses and germs can probably get through it. So look at like mine, when I go in front of the blue here, I don't know, can you see how much more you can see through mine? So
I can see through it, and mine too, I can see through it when I don't know if you can see that, but I can see through it when I look through it.
Yeah. So they say some of the best things to do is like a thread count of 180 or more, or they said 2 layers of heavy quilter's cotton if you're going to make your own. Those are something, or even like old pillowcases sometimes are a super high thread count.
I'm thinking about all these kids are going to be cutting up fabric at home, cutting up
just putting the whole pillowcase.
High count. Yeah, the sheets. But my daughter made hers out of a scarf. Same thing. She used 2 hair ties on either side to go around her ears.
Oh.
But the thing we noticed was how hard it is to breathe. And I think about healthcare workers and the people on the front lines, like paramedics and first responders. and how they go about their work with these masks on. And it's like you sweat, you feel like you can't breathe. So my heart really aches for them for so many reasons, but that also in particular.
I know. I was talking to a friend who's a nurse in town, and they were saying, there's such a shortage. They have to go a full week without, a new mask oftentimes here locally. And I did want to say, like, one of the things, because, you wonder, like, how much do you have to wash a fabric mask? They said as long as you're not in contact with someone who is actually sick, which the problem is we don't know, right? Because a lot of people are silent carriers, but they say once a week should be fine. But if you think you've been in contact with someone, then you should do it immediately when you get home.
Interesting. Keep it washed.
Yeah.
So I forgot that I brought the alcohol, the wipes that my brother made for me. If you open it up, you can add essential oils, but no, these are just wipes and just the smell of pure alcohol.
Can he make me some? That's nice.
Yeah, I'll have him make you some. But the sale of booze is up.
Yeah.
Not surprisingly, not that people are using it for
I've
disinfection,
contributed.
right? There's a survey that says leading the way are spirits, with tequila, gin, and premixed cocktails leading the way. But in beer and wine, it's up too. But get this, online alcohol sales are up 243%.
Well, yeah, because nobody wants to go anywhere to get it.
Exactly.
My little tip is grab from the back of the shelf, not the front.
Yeah, I know. You told me that, and I'm doing that at the grocery store, too. I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
But in honor of Takeout Tuesday and Frank Fontana, and I love that he's doing the Feed the Black, this is our Sound Off question today on Facebook. We are asking you, where will you get your Takeout Tuesday food from today? We want to know. Go to our Facebook page. Let us know what you think, and Tiff and I will chat about it a little bit later.